Today we're continuing our in-depth look at Star Wars Visions Volume 2 with the third short, In the Stars by Punkrobot. There are tons of stories of the Galactic Empire invading a planet, devastating its culture, and leaving it in ruins after stripping it of its resources. It's unfortunately based on very real-world historical events, and when I say historical, I think we can sometimes forget that it still happens today. In the Stars was created by a Chilean animation studio, and they based their story on the colonization and extermination of the Patagonian territory and the native people who lived there. The design of the central planet, the two sister characters, and even the art they create were all inspired by Patagonian culture. We first find the world poisoned and dying by an imperial factory. Only two sisters remain ever since their mother led a failed uprising. I love that the story is told in a simple way through the voice and art of a child, and yet it still feels tragic and violent. I also think it's cool to see the animation style shift from 3 to 2 dimensions. The younger sister, Tachina, is idealistic. She uses what little water they have to paint, keeping a connection with her culture and her past, kindling a hope that they can beat the Empire. Her older sister, Koden, is more realistic. We don't know how long ago their mother died, but she likely remembers the pain a little better. She fears losing the only member of her family she has left, so she has shifted completely into survival mode. They steal enough water to survive, and that's it. She has abandoned any connection with her family and culture, thinking it'll make her strong, but really it's cutting her off from her true power. I like that illustration of the Force in this short. We often view the Force through the eyes of the Jedi, who don't have familial attachments. They have their own culture, but usually not a connection back to their specific planet. I think it makes perfect sense for connection to the Force to be related to cultural and family heritage. I still think some fans hear Kylo Ren's words in The Last Jedi that it's time to let old things die, and they believe that's the message of the movie, but it's not. The message is that there is strength and value in what came before, and that's what Luke comes to realize by the end of the film. Koten revitalizes her connection to the Force when she is in danger of losing that one piece of her family she has left, and then she and Tachina together are able to take down the Empire. I immediately thought of Yoda's line to Luke about belief. Luke fails to lift the X-Wing out of the swamp because he doesn't believe it's possible. Koten doesn't fight the Empire because she doesn't believe they can win. Tachina does believe, but is unable to use the Force throughout the short, so I wonder if she was held back by her sister's disbelief. Kinda like she needed to see Koten also believe to fully embrace her own power. She is just a kid, but even as adults, I think it can do more for our self-esteem to see or hear proof that a friend or family member believes in us. I think it's great that Koten and Tachina's display of the Force isn't an attack on the ATST that killed their mother. Instead, it's an effort to save their water and their planet, which in turn washes away the stain of the Empire. It feels very much like the Ents cleansing Isengard in Lord of the Rings. With the pollution removed, both sisters can see the stars, which they believe hold the spirits of their family, and the starlight brings back their culture through art. They feel that connection to their heritage and the Force once again. The two sisters find a level of balance between realism and idealism. I think as we grow up, we can forget to have that childlike wonder and belief that we can do great things. No, the world isn't always as simple as we thought it was when we were young, but sometimes it is. Sometimes we overcomplicate things as adults when the truth of what's right and wrong is very clear. In the Stars is a very sweet and moving short. The animation style is unique, with sculpted models being scanned into a computer to create a 3D stop-motion feel, and I love the repeated imagery of Tachina and eventually both sisters raising their hands to use the Force. It's something we've seen countless times in Star Wars, and yet it's still effective here. Let me know what you thought of the short in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.